Hollywood's hidden truths finally exposed. Denzel Washington has always been known as a class act, a man of integrity in an industry often filled with deception. But now, at 70 years old, he's no longer holding back. The Hollywood legend has finally opened up about the dark realities behind the glitz and glamour, confirming some of the most chilling rumors that have haunted the industry for years. For decades, Washington has been a pillar of strength, refusing to conform to the toxic culture of Hollywood. He's walked a fine line between being a major box office draw and maintaining his own moral compass. But now, with nothing left to prove, he's shedding light on what really goes on behind closed doors. And let's just say, it's not pretty. From secret deals and power struggles to the dangerous obsession with fame, control, and influence, Washington's revelations are sending shockwaves through the entertainment world. It's a story of survival, resistance, and a brutal industry that destroys those who refuse to play by its rules. The unspoken pressures in Hollywood. For years, Hollywood has sold the dream that talent and hard work lead to success. But behind the scenes, Washington confirms that it's a different story. The industry is controlled by unspoken rules, hidden contracts, and an elite circle that dictates who rises and who falls. Washington has hinted at it before. But now, he's making it clear, Hollywood is not a place for the weak. Actors are constantly pressured to play roles that compromise their values. They are asked to conform, to be part of an exclusive club where certain behaviors are expected, and if you don't play along, your career could be over before it even begins. Denzel has often talked about how he was able to navigate this minefield without selling his soul. His faith, his strong moral foundation, and his refusal to be manipulated set him apart. But the same cannot be said for many young actors who come in with dreams, only to be chewed up and spit out by the system. He's witnessed firsthand how actors have been blacklisted for speaking out and how the industry turns on people the moment they stop being useful. And the worst part? Hollywood operates on a cycle, one that keeps repeating, decade after decade. The secret deals and power struggles. If you think Hollywood success is purely about talent, think again. Washington has subtly confirmed what many have suspected for years: deals are made behind closed doors. And not all of them are ethical. The entertainment industry is a battlefield of power struggles, hidden agendas, and backroom negotiations. Denzel himself has been in situations where he was asked to compromise his values in exchange for roles that would have catapulted his career even further. But he refused. Unlike many, he had the privilege of walking away, something he acknowledges isn't possible for everyone. He's hinted that certain roles are reserved for those willing to play the game and that actors are sometimes forced to accept humiliating conditions just to stay relevant. And when someone refuses, they suddenly find themselves struggling to get work, regardless of their talent or past success. The power in Hollywood is held by a select few, and they decide who gets cast, who gets awards, and who gets blacklisted. It's not about talent, it's about control. Hollywood's obsession with image and control for years. Washington has talked about the importance of authenticity. But in Hollywood, authenticity is the last thing on the priority list. Everything is about image, about controlling the narrative. Denzel has admitted that he's been pressured to take on roles that didn't align with his values, simply because they fit a certain agenda. The industry thrives on shaping public perception, crafting stories not just on screen but also off screen. Celebrities are expected to behave a certain way, endorse certain beliefs, and maintain a persona that benefits the industry. If they step out of line, their reputation is destroyed. Washington has managed to avoid much of this, but he's seen how others weren't so lucky. The PR machines behind Hollywood's biggest stars control everything, from relationships to public statements to social media presence. And when an actor tries to take back control of their own image, they're met with resistance, bad press, and sometimes complete career destruction. The dark side of fame and fortune. Denzel has always been open about his faith. And now, he's making it clear, fame and fortune come at a cost. The glitz of Hollywood is a facade, covering up the personal struggles that many actors face behind the scenes. Addiction, mental health struggles, and personal breakdowns are rampant in the industry. And yet, they're rarely talked about openly. Washington has seen firsthand how Hollywood chews people up and spits them out. Those who can't keep up with the unrealistic expectations often fall into destructive habits just to cope. The industry has a long history of exploiting its stars, pushing them to their breaking points for the sake of entertainment. And when they finally collapse, they are replaced, as if they never mattered in the first place. Washington has worked with some of the biggest names in the industry, and he's seen what happens behind closed doors. The public sees the red carpets and the award shows, but they don't see the loneliness, the pressure, and the dark reality behind the glamour. The untouchables of Hollywood. Denzel has also alluded to another dark secret. There are people in Hollywood who are considered untouchable. Those in power who dictate the rules, control the money, and decide who succeeds and who fails. For years, Washington has navigated this world carefully, refusing to be manipulated by these powerful figures. But he's seen others fall victim to the system. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood have had their careers ruined simply because they crossed the wrong person. Many actors have come forward in recent years, revealing the price they had to pay for refusing to play the game. Careers have been derailed, reputations have been smeared, and lives have been destroyed, all to protect the powerful few who pull the strings. Even as Hollywood tries to present itself as progressive and inclusive, the reality is much darker. The industry still operates on an old system of power and control, where a handful of people make the decisions that affect thousands of careers. Why Washington chose to speak out now at 70. Denzel Washington has nothing left to prove. He's won the awards, he's achieved legendary status, and he's built a career on his own terms. Unlike many in the industry, he doesn't need to beg for roles or worry about staying relevant. That's why he's finally speaking out. He's seen too much, experienced too much, and he wants people to understand that Hollywood isn't the dream factory it pretends to be. Denzel has always been respected, not just for his talent, but for his principles. Now, as he reflects on his career, he's confirming what many have long suspected: Hollywood is not just about making movies. It's a machine that consumes people, and only the strongest survive. His warning is clear for those entering the industry: be prepared. Hollywood is a game, and if you're not careful, it will break you. Denzel Washington's legacy is one of excellence, discipline, and resilience. But even he isn't immune to the dark side of Hollywood. His words serve as both a warning and an eye-opener. So the question remains, how many more Hollywood legends will step forward to expose the truth? And when will the industry finally change? One thing's for sure, Washington's revelations prove that Hollywood isn't just about making movies. It's a world of power, control, and secrets. And now, those secrets are finally coming to light. Hollywood Highlights for more deep dives into the untold stories of Hollywood. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned, there's always more to the story than meets the eye.